You ever notice how the people everyone wants to be around aren't the loudest or the best looking or the ones posting constantly or the ones always trying to get attention? They're usually just kind of there, but somehow everyone notices them. And you're sitting there wondering, what is it? What do they have that I don't? I spent way too long thinking it was some secret thing you had to be born with. Like charisma was genetic and I just didn't get those genes. Turns out it's not about what they have, it's about what they stopped doing. And when I figured out what it was, I realized I'd been doing literally everything wrong. Like I was following a manual on how to be forgettable and wondering why nobody remembered me. So let me tell you what happened when I stopped trying so hard to be liked and accidentally became someone people actually wanted to know. Here's the thing nobody tells you. When you try to make everyone like you, nobody actually likes you. What? Yeah, I know that sounds backwards, but think about it. You know that person who laughs at every single joke, even the ones that aren't funny? Who agrees with literally everyone about everything? Who changes their entire personality depending on who's in the room? Are you drawn to that person? Do you find them fascinating? Or are they just kind of there, like wallpaper, like background noise? That was me for years. I'd be at a party and someone would say, "This movie is amazing." And I'd be like, "Oh yeah, totally," even though I thought it was trash. Someone else would say that same movie sucked. And I'd nod along like, "Yeah, you're right. It was pretty bad." And you know what everyone thought of me? Absolutely nothing. Because I was nobody. I was just a collection of whatever other people wanted me to be. I had no edges, no opinions, no flavor. I was beige in human form. But here's what actually makes people magnetic. It's not agreeing with everyone. It's having a point of view and not being scared of it. It's saying, I didn't like that movie when everyone else loved it. It's saying, I don't want to go there without making up 17 excuses. It's being honest about what you think and feel instead of performing what you think people want to hear. And here's the wild part. When you stop trying to make everyone like you, some people won't like you. And that's perfect. Because the people who do like you will actually like you. The real you. Not the performing, agreeable version you've been pretending to be. I started doing this, and it was terrifying at first. Someone asked me what I thought about something, and I said, honestly, I think it's kind of stupid. Dead silence. My heart was racing. I thought, oh no, I messed up. I should have just agreed. But then the conversation got interesting. People started actually talking instead of just nodding politely. They started asking me why I thought that. They remembered what I said later. I went from invisible to visible just by having an opinion. Now let's talk about your body, because your body is snitching on you before you even open your mouth. I used to walk into rooms like I was apologizing for existing, shoulders hunched, arms crossed, eyes down, trying to take up as little space as possible, like I was scared someone would notice I was there and kick me out. You know what that screams? Please ignore me, I'm not important, I shouldn't be here. And guess what? People did ignore me, because I was literally telling them to with my entire body. Then I learned something that changed everything. Confident people don't make themselves small. They don't scrunch into corners. They don't fold their arms tight against their body like they're trying to disappear. They take up space, not in an aggressive way, just in an I belong here way. When you sit down, don't perch on the edge of the chair like you're about to run away. Lean back. Put your arm on the armrest. Relax. When you stand, don't hunch. Stand up straight. Plant your feet. When you walk, don't shuffle nervously. Walk like you know where you're going, even if you're just going to the bathroom. Here's what happened when I tried this. First, it felt ridiculous. I felt like I was taking up too much room, like people were going to think I was cocky or rude, but nobody did. Because confident body language doesn't read as cocky unless you're actually being cocky. It just reads as this person is comfortable. This person belongs here. And when you look comfortable, people feel comfortable around you. I walked into a coffee shop one day testing this out. Instead of hunching over my phone in the corner, I sat at a table in the middle, leaned back, looked around, didn't immediately pull out my phone to look busy, just existed. And you know what happened? 3 different people made eye contact and smiled. One person asked if they could sit at my table, even though there were other empty tables. That had never happened before. Not once. All I did was stop apologizing with my body for being alive. Okay, here's the next thing, and this one's going to feel impossible, but it's maybe the most important. Stop talking so much. I know that sounds weird in a script about being attractive, but hear me out. The most interesting people in any room are the ones who talk the least. Not because they have nothing to say, because everything they say actually matters. I used to fill every single silence with words. Someone would ask me a question, and I'd panic and word vomit everywhere, just rambling, over-explaining, saying the same thing 5 different ways because I was terrified of quiet. You know what that made me sound like? Desperate, unsure. Like I didn't even believe what I was saying. Now watch someone who's genuinely confident. You ask them a question. They don't immediately blurt out an answer. They pause, they think, they take a breath. Then they say something short and clear. That pause, that's power. That's them showing you my words are valuable enough that I'm going to think before I give them to you. Let me give you an example. 2 people get asked, do you think this is a good idea? Person 1 immediately goes, oh yeah, I think so, like, it could work. I guess, I don't know, maybe it depends. But yeah, probably, what do you think? Person 2 pauses for 3 seconds, looks at what they're being asked about, then says, I think it needs work. But yeah, it has potential. Who sounds smarter? Who sounds more sure? Who do you trust more? The second person, right? And all they did was wait before talking. They used silence. Most people are terrified of silence. They think if they're not talking, they're being awkward or boring or weird. So they fill every gap with and like, stop doing that. Let the silence sit there. Own it. When you pause before you speak, people lean in. They wait for what you're going to say. When you talk nonstop, people tune out. They stop listening because your words don't have weight anymore. Silence gives your words weight. Now here's where it gets really uncomfortable. You need to stop looking for approval from everyone all the time. I'm talking about the constant checking. The do I look okay? Was that weird? Do you think they like me? Every time you ask someone if you're good enough, you're telling them you're not sure. And if you're not sure, why should they be? I used to post something online and then refresh it every 30 seconds to see if people liked it. I'd check my phone constantly to see if someone texted back. I'd ask my friends, is this outfit okay before I left the house? You know what all of that was really saying? I don't trust myself. I need you to tell me I'm okay. And that energy, that I need your validation energy, it pushes people away. Because needy isn't attractive, confidence is, and confidence doesn't beg for approval. Here's what I started doing instead. I made decisions and stuck with them. I posted something and didn't check it for hours. I wore what I wanted without asking anyone. I said things without immediately going, was that stupid? And something insane happened. People started respecting me more, because I was respecting myself. When you act like you don't need constant reassurance as people stop questioning you, they just accept that you know what you're doing, even if you're totally winging it, even if you have no idea. The confidence to not ask, is this okay, makes people think you already know it is. Fake it till you make it isn't just a saying. It's actually how confidence works. You act confident even when you're not, and eventually your brain catches up and actually believes it. And here's the final piece, the one that ties everything together. You need to be completely okay with some people not liking you. Not everyone is going to like you. Your mom likes you. Your dog definitely likes you. But some random person at work or school or online, they might not. And that's not just okay. That's perfect. Because when you stop trying to win everyone over, you become way more interesting to the people who actually matter. Think about it. The person who's always trying to make everyone happy, always trying to fit in, always bending themselves into whatever shape they think you want. That person is exhausting. That person has no spine. That person disappears into whatever room they're in. But the person who's just themselves, who says what they think, and wears what they want, and doesn't apologize for existing, that person is magnetic, not because everyone likes them, because they don't need everyone to. I used to be terrified of someone not liking me. If I sensed even a little bit of tension, I'd immediately try to fix it, apologize for nothing, agree with them even when I didn't, do whatever it took to make them smile at me again. And you know what? They still didn't like me. because you can't make someone like you by erasing yourself. All you can do is show up as who you are and let them decide. And the ones who don't like you, let them go. Seriously. Stop chasing people who don't chase you back. Stop texting first every single time. Stop being the only one who reaches out. Stop trying to convince people you're worth their time. Because here's the thing. When you're okay being alone, you're never actually alone. People are drawn to the person who doesn't need them. We chase what walks away. We ignore what chases us. That's just human psychology. So here's what you're going to do. Starting today, right now, you're going to stop doing all the things that make you forgettable. Stop agreeing with everyone about everything. Stop making yourself small. Stop filling every silence with noise. Stop begging for validation. And stop holding on to people who don't hold on to you. Just be yourself without apology. Own your space like you belong there because you do. Use silence like it's your secret weapon. Drop the need for everyone's approval. And walk away from anyone who makes you feel like you have to earn their attention. When you do this, some people are going to act weird around you. They're going to seem nervous or uncomfortable or overly interested. Don't be surprised. You just became the most magnetic person in the room. Here at Cyclepsis, we don't just talk about psychology. We make it make sense. If this hit different for you, smash that subscribe button. Because next week, I'm breaking down why trying to be mysterious actually makes you boring and what to do instead. Your future self, the one people actually remember and want to be around, is already thanking you for watching this. Now go stop apologizing for existing and watch how fast everything changes. You've got this.